Hi there and welcome to Startup Central. I'm Nayantara Rai. This is the only show of its kind on Indian television dedicated, of course, to startups, innovation, technology, disruption, entrepreneurship. If it falls under the gambit of the new economy, it's going to be here on your favorite channel, ET Now, every weekday at sharp 6 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, like all the stakeholders of this community that we get on the channel and on the show, Team Startup Central thrives on constructive criticism. So keep writing into us to tell us how to improve, to take the show to the next level. We love getting your emails. The email address right on top, suc@etnow.tv. Now, while you're talking about disruption and innovation, let's talk a bit about blockchains and the crypto world at large. We're going to focus on cryptos. And why are we focusing on cryptos? Because it hasn't even been 24 hours since the Reserve Bank of India took out a circular which was circulated to all banks, to all NBFCs, payment gateways, etc., saying that on their part, when they're citing an old RBI circular as an advisory against cryptos, they should stop doing it because the Supreme Court has struck that down. Instead, the banks, etc., must carry out due diligence and know your customer norms in line with extant regulations, be it from PMLA, Money Laundering Act, Anti-Financial Terrorism. So it's not even been 24 hours. And you had all read, I'm sure, about these reports, how SBI, HDFC, Axis, etc., had been writing to their customers against cryptos. Those with crypto wallets were facing difficulties in facing them. So have all those problems been sorted out? What has been the reaction? Are all the systems up and running? Let's go across to our guests today who are joining us live right here on Startup Central. I'm being joined by Nischal Shetty of WazirX. In fact, I should point out that even before the 24 hours were up, WazirX has launched India's first marketplace for the new craze around the world, which is NFTs. We're also being joined by the Tiger Global-backed CoinSwitch Kuber, Ashish, the co-founder, with us. Thanks, guys. Good to have you on the show. Let's talk about what happened over the last less than 24 hours ago. I'll come to you first, Nischal. You know, we had you yesterday just when the news had broken out, and you said it would take some time to have all the systems up and running. What's the latest update? Are people able to access their crypto wallets? Are they able to make transactions? Are they able to, you know, if they want to liquidate their holdings, are they able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in terms of banks, we've got quite a few banks who have shown some positive responses. So I can't name them right now because it's still early. It's less than 24 hours since they've gotten the time to look into the notification that came out. But I think net, I'm seeing a very positive response from all the banks. In fact, I think before I could send it, a few bankers sent it the notification to me themselves. So I think everyone was sort of waiting for some clarity, which has now finally arrived. Over the next few days, I'm sure more banking partners would join the crypto industry, and it's going to be a smoother ride for all the 15 million people who invest in crypto in India.
Okay, I want to come back to you. Ashish, if I could get your initial reaction, please. It's not been 24 hours. I get that. You know, have the banks been in touch with you? Have NBFCs been in touch with you? Or others, like MobiKwik, for example, was also, you know, allowing crypto transactions, etc.?
No, I think we have seen the similar response from a lot of banks now trying to actively reach out, understand crypto industry a little better and trying to engage with us. Earlier, we have always seen a little bit of pushback since there was no clear guidance from RBI. And, you know, this reversal or this new circular, which kind of reverts the 2018 circular, is a positive step in that direction. And we are getting a lot of, hopefully, banks on board to even smoothen out the experience that we have built so far in crypto and, you know, help people invest in cryptocurrencies.
Okay, now if I could come to you, Nischal, the big news that came in from WazirX today about the marketplace for NFTs, where you're taking credit for launching South Asia's first such marketplace. Did it have anything, did the RBI circular that came out yesterday, the timing, a coincidence or what?
It's an absolute coincidence. You just can't time these launches with a surprise notification that comes out of the public. But I'm just glad that the timing just coincides, because there's already a lot of chatter in the whole crypto community in India about crypto, and then there's a lot of interest around NFTs. So merging both of these in less than 24 hours, I think it's a very welcome move. And we are very excited. It's going to go live very soon, probably in a few minutes now. So the entire team is very excited, and we've seen a lot of positive comments from our customers. On top of this whole RBI notification coming, I think people are even overly excited. So it's going to be amazing to look at how people react to be able to buy NFTs, with crypto.
Ashish, has Nischal and WazirX given you an idea?
So we are mostly a retail brokerage, and WazirX is mostly a trading platform. So we believe that retail investors, which primarily is CoinSwitch, Forte, and being the largest retail investment platform in India today for cryptocurrencies, we believe that NFT is still a little premature product to be able to launch to retail users because of the nuances involved in building NFTs and in establishing source of truth in NFTs. So hopefully over time, once those issues are addressed, we will definitely open it up for our users. But today, I believe that it could be a little premature for our retail investors to get into NFTs.
So, you're primarily, like you said, a retail brokerage. And this is the next question I have for you and Nischal. In fact, so I'll come to you first, Ashish, which is that since yesterday, when the RBI came out with this, and today when we are interviewing you, what has been the impact? Has there been an impact at all? Are you seeing more traction? Are you seeing more traction to buy or to sell? Because many had been stuck. What's going on? Give us a sense.
So crypto, every day in crypto is crazy. And, the growth in India has been tremendous. In the last 12 months, we have gotten over 6.5 million users. Our last million users came in just 10 days, right? So it's still too early to predict the rise from the RBI circular, but we have seen today a growth of over 25 to 30% in signups and a lot of people buying. So these are the buying cycles that we are seeing today, and not just today, but over the last 2 weeks. Onto the platform, a lot of people coming in because the crypto market has been down. A lot of people taking this as an advantage to invest cheaper into the market, right? So we have seen a lot of buys, a lot of signups coming in after the RBI circular.
Okay, and Nischal, what have you experienced on your platform? And you talked about how many Indians, for example, have been looking at cryptos. Has that impacted prices at all?
Our volumes, our trading volumes, I think more than doubled since the news came up. And we were on an average day, we trade about $70 to $80 million. And I think in the last 24 hours, we've crossed over $150 to $200 million. So there's a definite bump in the volumes that we've seen since its news came up. And I think the signups, we saw about a 30-40% increase in the signups overnight. So definitely a very positive move, I would say. There were quite a few people who were on the fence on what's the banking situation in India like, should we participate or not. So this circular sort of, I would say clarifies a lot of things for them. That there's no such, because there was also this unknown thing. People are asking, are banks allowed to deal with this, or is there still a banking ban in India? I think all of that just gets clarified here for the bystanders. So we've seen a lot of them getting into the platform overnight. And I think this will only increase over the week. So the next 5 to 7 days will be very interesting to watch out for in this sector.
So, but would you say that because you talked about the number of Indians that are investing, once again, if they're able to accept their crypto wallets, are you then saying the pricing will be impacted later on?
No, what I mean to say is the number of people participating will just increase over the next several weeks due to this positive news. In terms of prices, I think the crypto prices in general, they're not restricted to just one particular country since it's a global market. So you do not see a sudden spike in prices just when one geographic location changes something. It does affect prices, but I've not seen a drastic shift yet. Though some tokens did move positively since the news came up.
Ashish, what about you? What has been the observation?
So that's absolutely right. Being a global market in general, news, impacts slowly. Obviously, there is a lot of excitement in the crypto investors community. Earlier, because of banks denying access, there was a lot of uncertainty in the market itself, which after the circular has been clarified, and we hope to create a positive attitude about crypto and try to learn together and be at the forefront of this crypto adoption which is happening in India. Considering price fluctuation that would happen over the period of time, once we know the details of it, bank support would be a big driver into how different people come into crypto and how the demand would increase in the next few weeks. But overall, if you look at the crypto market itself, it is mostly driven through the worldwide demand and supply, right? With the RBI circular, it does have an impact, but a very minuscule impact at this level.
Okay, before I let you both go, Wazir, Nischal, any final comments for all the viewers, your consumers who are tuning in? I brought this point up yesterday, no fault of yours. You were on the receiving end of a lot of complaints, a lot of those who were saying that I can't access my wallet, how am I supposed to do this, how am I supposed to do that? Anything you want to say to your consumers?
I think the most important thing is if you look at the overall regulatory landscape in India, it's definitely moving in the positive direction. You have one positive news after another every few months, and that should be seen as a very good way forward. Though we don't yet have regulations, I think India is already on the path of regulation. And all of these small bits and pieces of news that come up, I think you should really hold on to them tight and be happy that we are going in the right regulatory direction in India in respect to crypto. So exciting times ahead, I would say.
Ashish, final comments. I want to put this circular in perspective as well. It wouldn't be right for your consumers and your viewers to be doing 1 + 1 = 3. This is the RBI, which is saying our old 2018 circular was struck down by the Supreme Court. It doesn't mean that the RBI has given a green signal to Ethereum or to Bitcoin or to anything like that. We must put it in context.
No, that is absolutely a fair point. And, as Nischal said, that it is a step towards in the right direction, right? And we have seen that every country has gone through the similar cycles towards crypto adoption. And hopefully this is one step closer to getting regulations, getting user protections in India for the crypto investors, giving them the comfort to explore crypto, to learn about crypto, and then if it feels right to them, to invest in crypto over time, right? So this is definitely a positive step, but this is not the final step. There are much of a journey ahead of us, and hopefully we can bring all the regulators, including RBI, Finance Ministry, Parliament, together, explaining the positives of crypto, learning from them, what the caveats could be, and addressing those issues to create a healthy environment, not just for the users, but the innovators and the government alike, keeping all three, party or the ecosystem holders together and moving forward in the right direction.
Nischal, putting it in context, you agree this is, because it's important to do that. It doesn't mean that the RBI is giving a green signal to Bitcoins, to Ethereums, to Dogecoin, etc., or anything like that. We don't know which way the government is going to go. We don't know what's going to be in the legislation. It's just saying, do not cite our old circular.
Yeah, and I think that itself was a big confusion around across the ecosystem, which is now clear. I think whether what regulator would ideally eventually be chosen to regulate the sector is still very open. So we should not look at this as I would say a green signal towards crypto, but it's more of a removal of the confusion that existed around the crypto ecosystem with regards to banking, which seems to be clear because one is they're specifically saying that the 2018 circular should not be considered. And the second is they're also asking banks to do their due diligence, which is very important because exchanges in India today follow KYC and all the other norms around it. So only after due diligence will they give access, which is again, I think, a very positive move overall for the industry.
Then with that, I'd like to thank you both for taking the time out, for joining us live on this edition of the Startup Central. Clearly so much to talk about, putting the RBI notice in perspective for all of you out there. Of course, WazirX also launched the marketplace for NFTs. There's going to be something to watch out for. It's going live very, very soon, so we'll know whether there's a market, how big a market it is over here.